No one could ever conceive that Bayern Munich would dominate a European encounter and still end up on the losing side, but that's exactly what happened earlier this week. After barely surviving what could have been a humiliating defeat in Spain, the Bavarians were held to a 1-1 draw by Villarreal at home. The result meant that the Yellow Submarine dumped out another European giant from the Champions League, and this scalp matters even more than the one they have in the shape of Juventus. But was it really a surprising result? We don't think so, and we'll tell you why. Manchester United have all but confirmed the signing of Erik ten Hag as their new manager. A few months ago, it was Mauricio Pochettino who was linked with the job. However, the Argentine will either stay put at PSG or will be jobless in the summer. So why was it that the Red Devils decided not to pursue the former Tottenham man? While he was unable to help Benfica overcome Liverpool, Darwin Núñez has done enough to justify his emergence as a top striker, and one of the best in Europe. This summer promises to be a very enticing one for the young striker, who could be on the move. Oliver Kahn was not too happy with the constant rumours circulating in the market regarding the future of Robert Lewandowski, and the Bayern Munich boss has banged his fists on the table. So in order to always stay informed on everything major happening in the world of football, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified. Before we get started, we want to share the sponsor of today's video. The OneFootball app is the ultimate football platform and is a must-have for every football fan, so that you can follow all of your favourite leagues, teams and players all the time right from your phone. You can be sure to turn on notifications for specific players to be instantly alerted when they score a goal or when they are involved in other breaking news. It is the best and easiest way to stay up to date with everything football. Click the link in the description down below to download the app right now. You won't regret it. Finding the net against Liverpool yet again, Darwin Núñez proved once again that he has the instincts and the talent to play at a higher level. Courted by several European teams, the Uruguayan took stock of his future after the meeting. Darwin Núñez won it all. Last night his team was certainly eliminated from the Champions League after a crazy draw against Liverpool, but the Uruguayan still scored points, staying in touch with a very good European campaign. He, in fact, finished this season with a nice haul of 6 goals in 6 games. Not bad for a competition he was playing in for the first time. Without any complexities, the attacker knew how to be decisive against prestigious opponents. He netted a brace against Barca before scoring a goal against other European greats, namely Bayern Munich, Ajax Amsterdam and Liverpool. Indeed, Núñez has scored twice against the Reds. In the quarter-final first leg, which was a 3-1 defeat, he found the net, and on Tuesday, the serial scorer did it again with a goal from a superb flat right foot shot sent into the opposite side netting. He could have even offered himself a brace at the end of the game. Always decisive, a player who has been compared to Edinson Cavani was still valuable and very active in helping his team. His performance also won over Jurgen Klopp, who complimented him after the match. He's a very good boy. I knew him before, of course, but he played well against us. He is physically strong, fast, calm in the final third. It is very good. If he avoids injuries, he will have a great career. Words that touched the 22-year-old interviewed by CNN Portugal. What the Liverpool manager said about me is a compliment, but my head is totally in Benfica until the end of the season. I want to give everything for Benfica and for these fans, who are incredible. My job is to take advantage of this chance that has been given to me. Last year I didn't play very well. This season is incredible, but the credit also goes to my teammates. Feet on the ground, Núñez has his head in Benfica, but that could change in the coming weeks. He's courted by the creme de la creme. Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona, Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United, Man City, Atletico Madrid. They're among the clubs interested in the player who has scored 30 goals in 36 matches in all comps this season and 6 goals in Benfica's last 4 matches. After the double confrontation in the Champions League, we can add Liverpool to that list. Enough to do business for the Portuguese club, who will ask for a minimum of 80 million euros for a player under contract until 2025. The battle has only just begun for the Darwin Núñez goal machine. Long favourite in the race for the Manchester United bench, Mauricio Pochettino was ultimately not chosen. The Argentinian technician has dearly paid for his many failures with Paris Saint-Germain. The English press is sure of it. Erik ten Hag will be Manchester United's new manager. One hell of a snub for Pochettino, his main competitor in the race for the Mancunian bench. For a long time, the Argentinian tactician was considered the big favourite. With his experience in the Premier League at Southampton and Tottenham, he had a good popularity rating with the English leaders. Last November, moreover, Poch was approached by United to take over from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when the Norwegian was given the boot, but the residents of Old Trafford have thrown in the towel since it seemed difficult or even impossible to poach the native of Murphy, still under contract with PSG. And if Ralf Rangnick had been appointed to take over for the time being, United still had Pochettino in mind for next season. But gradually, the situation changed. In just 5 months, the 52-year-old technician went from first choice to plan B in the minds of the Mancunian decision-makers. For The Telegraph, which devoted a long article to the subject on Thursday, they gave 2 reasons for the snub. The first is that Man United have changed their general manager. Ed Woodward, who campaigned for Pochettino a long time ago, has been replaced by Richard Arnold. The latter, who consulted complete dossiers on each candidate on the bench before meeting them, was obviously more convinced by Ten Hag. Although the latter is new to the Premier League, this did not scare Arnold at all. The second reason given by The Telegraph is another shocking elimination in the Champions League against Real Madrid after winning the first leg. Doubts have thus arisen as to his ability to handle the pressure at a very big club with stars. His punctual failures with the capital club have visibly troubled the leaders of United, who don't want to be wrong, and who believe that despite his very interesting profile, Pochettino is currently on a downward slope. So many reasons that convince the English to bet on another manager. However, Paris Saint-Germain, who saw the approach of United with a keen eye, were not against the departure of a man who should not be retained beyond the season. The capital club, which must pay €20 million in the event of the dismissal of the staff, did not demand a large financial compensation to get rid of the Argentinian, a manager who, just 2 weeks ago, was still very close to Manchester. Poch's name had also put the Ten Hag clan under pressure, but in the end, the South American paid the price for not being able to showcase his elite coaching acumen when it mattered the most. Are we heading towards the end of the cycle in Bavaria? This is what part of the press in Germany claims after the elimination of Bayern Munich in the quarter-finals of the Champions League. In addition to the big disappointment, the Robert Lewandowski case is making headlines on the other side of the Rhine. Not for his performance yesterday, where he also scored, but for his future, since he is in the sights of Barcelona. The player has reportedly informed his management of his desires elsewhere for next season. The management of Bayern had until then remained rather discreet until Olivier Kahn took over, speaking after yesterday's game. First of all, it is very important to remember that we have a contract with Lewandowski which lasts for 1 more season. We always said we would start the talks, and we started them a long time ago. On Amazon Prime, the president of Bayern explained that there was no question of seeing the Polish striker leave this summer. I just said that we have a 1-year contract for Robert Lewandowski. We are not crazy, and we are not talking about the transfer of a player who scores 30 to 40 goals with us every season. I don't think that can be the case, hammered the legendary goalkeeper, who's not really inclined to give in on the subject. However, it is clear that Bayern Munich are set for a period of transition. The game against Villarreal clearly showed that while they are still the team to beat in Germany, the same can't be said in Europe. Even in the Bundesliga, the reigning champions have been in poor form. They've won just 6 of their last 12 games, which is something we've not seen happen in nearly a decade. That's how long Munich have had a stranglehold on German football. Against Unai Emery's men, they had all the possession, but were simply not incisive enough. At the same time, a few players are likely to leave. Niklas Süle is set to move to Dortmund, which means that the defence will be a key concern heading into next summer. Thomas Müller's output has decreased this season, while Lewandowski himself wants a new adventure. In the midst of all this, Serge Gnabry is entering the final year of his contract and has been linked with a move to Liverpool. On top of that, Leroy Sané has had a testing year so far. Julian Nagelsmann made a great start to life at the Allianz Arena, but the young tactician at times looks a bit out of his depth. Of course, we can't put the knives out on him yet, but it remains to be seen whether Munich management will show patience. This is a club that demands to be winning everything, and if that's not the case, the former RB Leipzig man could be out of a job. All in all, interesting times lie ahead for Bayern Munich. However, we still don't see them floundering in Germany. The same can't be said about Europe, where they really need to have more quality in every position if they intend to rule the continent once again.